My name is Jane. I am 32, and I live in Vancouver, Canada, with my husband, Tom, and our two children, Lily and Ben. Last Sunday felt like the perfect day for a picnic. The sun was warm, the sky was clear, and everyone was in a good mood. We packed simple food, sandwiches, fruit, and juice, and started walking to the park near our home. Lily carried her favorite doll, and Ben held a small football. They kept running ahead of us, laughing and shouting. When we reached the park, the grass looked bright and clean. Kids were playing everywhere, and birds were singing in the tall trees. It felt peaceful in a way that makes you breathe a little deeper. We spread a blanket under a big tree. Tom and I sat down with warm coffee while the kids ran to the playground by the pond. Everything felt slow and calm. For a moment, I thought the day would stay perfect. But then I noticed something different in the sky. A group of gray clouds moved in quickly. I said, watching them. Tom looked up too. Maybe some rain later, he said. I tried to ignore the worry, but Lily ran back to us. Mom! Dad! Look at the clouds, she said, half excited, half nervous. Ben followed, holding my hand. I hope it doesn't rain. We started eating, but the wind turned colder. Leaves dropped onto our blanket, and the sky grew darker. I felt a small knot in my stomach. Then a drop of water hit my cheek. It's raining, I said, and the kids came running, laughing as the first drops fell. The rain changed quickly from a few drops to a steady, cold shower. Tom tried to hold the blanket down, but the wind kept lifting the corners. Our sandwiches were getting wet, and the juice spilled across the fabric. I felt that familiar frustration rising. Oh no, not everything, I said quietly. But Lily just tilted her face toward the sky. Mom, I like the rain, she said, smiling even though her hair was sticking to her cheeks. Ben stomped in the wet grass. It feels like a water game. They were soaked, laughing, and somehow happier than before. It surprised me, and it softened my mood. All right, I said, raising my hands a little. Let's move under the big tree. We tried, but the wind pushed rain through the leaves. Tom shook his head. This isn't helping. I spotted a small picnic shelter near the pond. Come on. Let's run there. The ground was slippery, and halfway across the grass, Ben fell. I caught him quickly. You okay? He laughed. Yes. We reached the shelter, wet but relieved. I spread our blanket on the wooden table and checked the basket. Some things were soaked, but most food was still fine. At least we have something to eat, Tom said. Lily took a bite of her sandwich. It tastes different today, she giggled. Ben nodded. Rain picnic is fun. As the storm continued around us, the world seemed softer and somehow beautiful. Ducks moved through the pond like they didn't care about the weather. Birds shook their feathers and chirped. The rain made tiny rivers on the ground. Sitting together, warm and close, I felt the frustration slip away. The day wasn't perfect, but maybe it didn't need to be. After a little while, the rain began to slow down. The sound softened, and thin sunlight pushed gently through the clouds. Lily jumped up right away. "Mom! Look, the sun is back." Ben ran to the edge of the shelter. "Can we play now?" Tom stretched his arms. "Let's give it a try." We packed the food that was still dry and shook out the blanket as best as we could. The grass around us sparkled with tiny drops of water. Everything looked fresh, almost brighter than before. I felt something calm settle in my chest. Lily and Ben hurried to the pond and threw small sticks into the water. Ducks chased them as if it were a game. Tom and I walked behind the kids, and he reached for my hand. "Strange day," I said. "But kind of beautiful." He nodded. Sometimes rain shows us things we don't normally see. We started a small football game on the wet grass. The ball kept slipping from our hands, and the kids kept falling and laughing. "Careful," I said, but honestly, their joy made me laugh too. When we sat on the damp blanket again, the sun warmed our clothes. I took out the food, and Lily sighed happily. "This is the best picnic ever." I looked at her wet hair and bright smile and believed her. Tom pointed suddenly. "Look." A small rainbow stretched lightly across the sky. Lily gasped and hugged me. "It's magic," she whispered. Ben agreed, holding his football close. I knew then that this messy, unexpected day had turned into something we'd remember forever. The sun grew stronger as the last clouds drifted away. The whole park looked clean, like it had taken a long, refreshing bath. Lily and Ben played near the pond one more time, tossing tiny pebbles into the water and laughing when the ripples spread across the surface. Watching them, I felt a soft warmth settle over me. Tom packed the basket slowly. "Everything is wet," he said, smiling a little. "But I guess that's part of the adventure." "Yes," I said. We still had a wonderful day. We walked home at an easy pace. The streets were shiny, and puddles reflected the sky. The children talked nonstop about the rainbow, the ducks, and the slippery football game. Lily held my hand and said, "Mom, I think rain makes picnics better." I laughed. Maybe it does. Back at home, we changed into dry clothes. Tom made hot chocolate, and I put together a small snack. The four of us sat on the sofa, wrapped in blankets. The house felt warm and safe, the complete opposite of the windy park. Lily cuddled her doll, and Ben leaned against my arm. "Today was special," I said quietly. Tom nodded and put his arm around me. "Even messy days can be good days," he said. And he was right. Later that night, I wrote about the picnic in my journal. The spilled juice, the rain, the laughter, the rainbow. I ended the page with one simple thought: life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Before sleeping, I looked out the window at the clear sky and whispered to myself, maybe we'll try another picnic soon, even if it rains again.
Have you ever had a day that didn't go as planned but still turned out special or beautiful? Share your story in the comments. And if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe for more simple English stories. Key vocabulary from the story are rain, shelter, slippery, blanket, and rainbow. Rain, simple water that falls from clouds. Shelter, a place that keeps you safe from rain, wind, or sun. Slippery, easy to slide on. Blanket, a soft cover used for sitting or keeping warm. Rainbow, colorful arc in the sky after rain. Lesson of the day. Rainbow. Rainbow is a colorful arc in the sky that appears after rain when the sun shines. Examples from the story. Tom pointed suddenly. Look. A small rainbow stretched across the sky. The children talked about the rainbow on the way home. More examples. After the storm, we saw a bright rainbow above the trees. She smiled when a rainbow appeared outside her window. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and share. You can watch the next story here or explore our playlist for more inspiring stories. And don't forget to subscribe. More interesting stories for learning English are coming soon.